Well, it looks like another one of Hillary Clinton's billionaire supporters went down.
We're not going to get into sophisticated politics, and I wanted you to speak. You're one of the few politicians that young people relate to.
Let's just hope he makes it longer than the last billionaire friend that was taken out in custody. Welcome back, beautiful and amazing human beings. This is Luke Rudowski here of WeAreChange.org, and there's a lot to discuss, especially when it comes to the larger story of the decade that just got a major update with the arrest of Sean P. Diddy Combs. As it's fair to say that there are a lot of very prominent, powerful people in the establishment that are crapping their pants today. As, of course, the allegations here, the implications here, the huge weight of this federal indictment against P. Diddy is very severe and could implicate so many powerful people in our modern day society. As it's also important to note here that a lot of people are calling him the Black Epstein, and there's a lot of reasons to do that, as there's a lot of allegations and specific individuals coming forward and saying, yeah, we videotaped all of it. There's tapes, there's documents, there's videos of what people are describing as freak-off sessions with males, ladies of the night, that were, of course, we're going to keep this broadcast family-friendly, but doing some absolutely crazy stuff that we're going to be talking about later on in this particular broadcast. As Sean P. Diddy Combs was one of the richest, most powerful businessmen in this entire country, having a lot of extensive business ties to music, alcohol, clothing, TV, endeavors, real estate, becoming the first ever hip-hop artist to reach billionaire status, while previously also being named one of the most influential figures in American music history, who also, by the way, was accused of taking the life of Tupac Shakur. We'll get into that in just a little bit here, as of course some people are saying this indictment might be related to that, as the self-proclaimed gangster has always bewildered the average kind of consumer that was kind of scratching their heads being like, why, really? What? How did this guy make it in this industry? And when we look at a lot of these kind of latest allegations, we could see some probably underhanded kind of tips and tricks that he utilized, especially when it came to very powerful people, especially when it came to his private secret parties, especially when it came to, of course, extortion that he probably has on a lot of individuals that he used in order to, of course, build his billionaire empire, as a lot of powerful people are usually sociopaths. A lot of the gangsters that talk about shooting and hurting fellow people in their community and selling crack to them are sociopaths. As another major person in this industry that is awfully silent about all of this, Jay-Z literally discussed shooting his own brother at 12. This guy was bragging about destroying and absolutely obliterating his community with crack cocaine as if it's something that should be glorified, which he did. As, of course, he also takes on the moniker of David Rockefeller, one of the biggest kind of crooks and destroyers of modern civilization. And hey, let's just be honest here. That's probably why a lot of these rappers get along so well and support Hillary Clinton. As, of course, gangster respects fellow gangster, as Hillary Clinton has her own hit list of individuals that seem to be losing their lives around them. As, of course, Hillary Clinton didn't take well to the news of one of her former besties and biggest supporters going down, as she took to the national airwaves and told the American public that they deserve to be arrested if they share misinformation. Yes, that's literally where she's at. As, of course, these are her own comments last night on MSNBC right after the federal arrest of Sean P. Diddy Combs.
But I also think there are Americans who are engaged in this kind of propaganda. And whether they should be civilly or even in some cases criminally charged is something that would be a better deterrence.
Yeah, there's serious gangsters out there that are taking the lives of individuals, that are trafficking children. But you know what? You know what's the real issue? you and your speech online that deserves to put you in jail. That's the type of kind of hubris. That's the kind of elitist establishment thinking that sets these people apart from the average Joe out there that just wants to make ends meet. These people are absolutely reckless. These people are absolute sociopathic. And when you look at the upper echelons of our modern day society, there's a lot of these sickos within it. As of course, too much power, too much money breeds people towards insanity. As, of course, these individuals believe that they are God-like creatures on the face of this earth that could do anything without ever being held responsible for it. As, of course, now there might be a potential for a little bit of justice here. As, of course, I do believe there's some other larger conspiracy unfolding here that I'm going to be sharing in just a little bit. As, again, this indictment implicates a lot of very big, powerful people who probably will be going down with Sean P. Diddy Combs, who, again, didn't really hide a lot of his illicit activities. A lot of this was out in the open. You look at his previous lyrics, he literally described what he was doing in one of his songs, saying, quote, "See, we date 'em like we hate 'em. See 'em like we don't need 'em. Treat 'em like we beat 'em. And never give up freedom. And we only give our number to selected few. And it's best that you never knew what good head. I'll do turn a freak to a by blank, and she is flexible. F that blank next to you." Yeah, who would have thought that guy was singing those things publicly, getting cheered on by the corporate media establishment and other fellow consumers that, people just didn't see it coming. Yeah, one of his best buddies, R. Kelly. Oh, yeah, don't worry about that guy. Yeah. As, of course, a few months ago, we had the federal raid of many of his properties. As, of course, the federal authorities were probably looking for the tapes, the pictures, the videos of other very prominent, powerful people that are going to be implicated here, that now the Federal Bureau of Investigations has compromised on, that they will be using and utilizing for their own personal benefit. As it's fair to say, the FBI has a long history and track record of doing this. Look at J. Edgar Hoover and how the FBI got its initial start. Compromise intelligence and information that they wield against individuals usually isn't done for the best of public safety and well-being. It's done for, of course, the power of the institution that utilizes it for their own personal benefit. This says, of course, Diddy is now arrested, as there are a lot of eye-opening allegations here, as he was specifically charged with trafficking of individuals for private purposes. He's been charged with racketeering, conspiracy, and transportation to engage in prostitution in an indictment that was just unsealed yesterday, as he is soon expected to appear in court after a grand jury indictment. As it's important to note here, the same office that, of course, prosecuted Epstein and saw his life taken in their custody is also the same office that is now handling this particular case, which I don't think is a coincidence. I don't think is an accident. I think there's far more to this than a lot of people understand it to be, as it's fair to say that the previous one covered up exactly what happened here, and I think we are going to be seeing another cover-up effort here as well, which leads me to speculate that P. Diddy was probably getting too powerful or too comfortable with his compromise on individuals, and he could have tripped up and pissed off the wrong person, who now went to the feds, or the feds could have not been happy with him, or the feds weren't happy with his participation here, that, of course, decided to put the boot down on him, as this indictment now specifically alleges that P. Diddy was a part of a criminal organization engaged also in attempts to not just traffic individuals, but to force them to work for him, kidnapping, arson, bribery, obstruction of justice, and other offenses. As multiple victims have come forward in this particular case, as the authorities are urging more victims to come forward. This says, of course, there's even videos of Sean P. Diddy Combs assaulting and beating up his former girlfriend in a hotel room lobby that was recently made public. as the statutes of limitations protected him from being held responsible for those actions, as Sean P. Diddy Combs also faces a number of lawsuits of individuals personally going after him with very serious allegations of treatment that they received from him as well. As P. Diddy also had some settlements settling out of court with a lot of these individuals, as right before his arrest, he was seen in Central Park snapping selfies with fans that still adored him. Very weird situation, as of course a lot of these allegations have still been made public. As of course the world will now await this trial to find out exactly what happened here, what's behind these allegations, as it's fair to say that this guy isn't the best of guys here. Now, what will be unearthed? What will be decloseted? Well, that's going to be something that's going to be very fascinating to see, as, of course, a lot of people are already becoming shocked by the statements from the U.S. attorney here surrounding this particular case that we're going to be playing to you in just a little bit. Before we do, we wanted to tell you about wearechange.shop and takecalm.com. Our own line of products that are absolutely awesome, absolutely incredible, that you can only exclusively get on wearechange.shop, which also at the same time supports this independent media network. And being an independent journalist for 20 plus years, learning about Epstein and all the other horrible things that very powerful people do, sometimes it's very hard to sleep at night. And that's why I rely on magnesium glycinate, one of the great products you could get on wearechange.shop that I personally like, that I personally use, that you could get exclusively by clicking the link down in the description below. As of course, this has helped me get a lot of good REM sleep, deep sleep. It has helped my nervous system. It has helped my rest and recovery, and of course, athletic performance. If you're interested in all of that, check out magnesium glycinate. And before taking anything into your body, do your own homework and research. Actually, look into this stuff, which is absolutely critically important. I always tell people, hey, get your blood levels tested. Make sure you talk to a medical professional. Make sure you do the right things that are for you right as an individual. So check out all the great products. As of course, we are also going to be mailing free products to members of LukeUnfiltered.com. So if you are a member of LukeUnfiltered.com and you called in to our live show, which you get the ability to also do, you get a free choice of any kind of supplement. And now we have Hayden and Lewis that will be getting their packages sent in the mail to them right after this particular broadcast as well. So sign up to LukeUnfiltered.com if you want to, of course, try them for free just by simply calling in and asking us a question. And shouts out to all the people calling in, all the people signing up to LukeUnfiltered.com, and all the people deciding to get activated and engaged, supporting, voting with their dollars, voting with their clicks, and making sure Hillary Clinton never gets her way. This, as a lot of people now are responding with, damn, listening to the U.S. attorney here in this specific Diddy case after he made these remarks to the national media.
Now, Combs did not do this all on his own. As I mentioned, Combs has been charged with RICO conspiracy. He used his business and employees of that business and other close associates to get his way. Those individuals allegedly included high-ranking supervisors in the business, personal assistants, security staff, and household staff. The indictment alleges that those individuals facilitated the freak-offs. They booked the hotel rooms and stocked them with the supplies, including drugs, baby oil, personal lubricant, extra linens, and lighting. When the hotel rooms got damaged, they helped clean it up.
Holy cow, they're literally describing thousands of bottles of personal lubricant. Now, I don't know. Whoa. Wow. Thousands. That's a lot. How many do you need? As of course, I'm left with more questions than answers here. As of course, what this U.S. attorney was talking about was too not family friendly for this particular broadcast, so we had to clip a lot of it. But you could see the full comments on this particular YouTube announcement on the Southern Districts of New York YouTube channel. Now, a lot of the focus was on these freak-off sessions with male ladies of the night. As, of course, we saw a lot of celebrities talk about these particular Diddy parties and what happened behind the scenes, as the many days that these parties were going on also is something that, which kind of makes you wonder, what? How many days in a row are they doing this? As the federal authorities also documented that they have a lot of the tapes and videos of these particular incidences as well. As the U.S. attorney wants no bail on Diddy, claiming that, of course, he is a flight risk and a, quote, danger to society. This as they're arguing that he has resorted to violence against a number of his victims. And this does kind of highlight a larger kind of bastardization that usually happens to a lot of individuals when they just get too powerful and have too much money. A lot of it goes to their head. A lot of it makes them do really awful, weird, crazy stuff. And I think that's what we are seeing here. Now, the arrest of someone as powerful and prominent here does kind of spur on a lot of theories here, specifically as, of course, there are a lot of alleged powerful people and celebrities involved in a lot of these particular parties as well. So I think there's definitely something else happening here, as there's a possibility that a politician could have been caught up here. There's the possibility of someone being extorted here, and when you're in these kind of circles, when you learn about what happened with Epstein, this does make sense. As, of course, Diddy was also involved in a lot of the high, powerful Democratic political circles, and it wouldn't surprise me if there was some potential compromise that the feds are trying to cover up now, therefore now going after him. As it's important to note here, the feds don't usually go after these types of individuals, as, of course, Epstein was able to commit large, egregious actions against small children for over 30-plus years, as the FBI knew exactly what he was doing. There's also Larry Nassar and other incidences of the FBI just literally looking the other way, be like, oh, yeah, that guy's hurting children, and who cares? So why are they going after him is a question that I'm personally left with. As, of course, there's other theories about the potential of Diddy being involved here with the assassination of Tupac Shakur, and we could go deep down the rabbit hole here, but there's a lot of really awful people surrounding this man, including, of course, R. Kelly, including, of course, Jay-Z. As a lot of the people prop him up in mainline society, a lot of the people adore them, a lot of people love them, and in reality, you should be doing that to your loved ones, the father figures in your communities, the individuals that actually do something for you, rather than these people that are propped up by, of course, these horrible institutions that have a track record of just promoting some of the most awful people on the face of this earth. Who do you prop up? Shows the type of person that you are. Do you prop up celebrities that you don't even know that are probably monsters in real life? Or do you prop up individuals in your life like your grandparents and your fathers, and individuals that actually are stand-up people that actually do the right thing for you in real-life scenarios? That's a situation that I want everyone to think about. And if you agree with that, share this video with your friends and family members. Thank you so much for getting the supplements on wearechange.shop. It really does mean a lot to us. And, of course, it helps you. It helps me. It helps all of us. It's a win-win situation. Shop right now on wearechange.shop. See you guys soon. We got another major podcast episode coming on tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern. Stay tuned for that and a lot more, all here on youtube.com/wearechange.